to the Golden State Warriors News Today channel. Take the opportunity to leave that like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go to today's news.
Warriors News Fan Update, bringing you another in-depth analysis. Warriors fans, what happens when an already strong team finds the missing piece to become a true powerhouse? The Warriors have had their ups and downs this season, but now everything has changed. With an impressive record of 11 wins and just 2 losses, the team is finally showing its strength. But the most impressive part, when Jimmy Butler is on the court, that number gets even better. 11 wins and only 1 loss. The impact is undeniable, not just in results, but in the team's identity. The Warriors' mentality has shifted, and a team that once seemed lost in the playoff race is now seen as a real threat in the West. But this story has an even more intriguing chapter. Jonathan Kaminga is coming back. After being sidelined for over 2 months due to an ankle injury, he's finally set to return to action. And this could change everything. The big question is, will Kaminga return to his best form right away, or will he need time to regain his rhythm? Head coach Steve Kerr has already mapped out a plan, gradually bringing him back to ensure the team's chemistry isn't disrupted. And it makes sense. With Stephen Curry and Butler playing at a high level, the Warriors don't want to risk destabilizing a team that's already functioning extremely well. Before the injury, Kaminga was at the peak of his career, bringing energy and versatility to the Warriors system. If he can quickly fit alongside Butler and Curry, the Warriors could become unstoppable on both ends of the floor. Plus, his return would take some of the load off Curry's shoulders, allowing him to focus more on leadership and defense without having to carry the entire team. But there's one crucial detail. How will Steve Kerr utilize Kaminga? If he is reintegrated strategically, he could be the X factor in the playoffs. However, if Kerr rushes the process, it could disrupt the team's dynamic. So now I ask you, will Kaminga's return be the key factor in the Warriors' championship run? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, leave a like if you believe the Warriors are on the right track for the playoffs. Oh, and there's more. Imagine this team getting even stronger with a dominant center in the paint. Yes, we're talking about Jakob Poeltl, who could be the final piece to take the Warriors back to the top of the NBA. Let's talk about this potential trade and how it could transform the team. Jakob Poeltl, the center who could change everything. The Warriors secured another crucial win against the Detroit Pistons, winning 115-110 and holding on to the 6th seed in the West with a 36-28 record. But behind this victory, one major issue became evident, one that could be fatal in the playoffs: the lack of a dominant center. That leads us to a name that could completely change this situation: Jakob Poeltl. The Toronto Raptors center has been one of the most consistent players in the league and could be the perfect solution for the Warriors. Why would Poeltl be essential for this team? Simple. The Warriors have plenty of talent but lack a strong inside presence. During the game against the Pistons, Jalen Duren dominated the boards, showing how a solid big man can wreak havoc. Now, imagine facing Nikola Jokic or Anthony Davis in the playoffs without a dominant center. That's where this potential trade comes in. According to Greg Swartz of Bleacher Report, Warriors GM Mike Dunleavy is already studying the feasibility of bringing in Poeltl. At 29 years old, he is having the best season of his career, averaging 14.1 points, 9.8 rebounds, 2.8 assists, 1.2 steals, and 1.2 blocks while shooting 61.2% from the field. Poeltl isn't just a solid defender. He could completely change the Warriors' offensive dynamics, adding a new weapon to the pick and roll with Stephen Curry. Plus, his ability to grab offensive rebounds would provide the team with crucial second-chance opportunities. However, to acquire Poeltl, the Warriors would have to give up some assets. The proposed deal involves sending Moses Moody and Buddy Hield to the Raptors. Moody has potential, but the Warriors must decide whether to invest in the future or strengthen the present for another title run. The big question: should the Warriors go all in on this trade? Would bringing in Jakob Poeltl to bolster the frontcourt be worth it, or would losing Moody be too high a price to pay? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for all the latest Warriors updates. With Kaminga returning and the possibility of Poeltl joining, the Warriors might be putting together something special for another championship run. Stay tuned to Warriors News Fan Update for more updates. The Warriors are at a crucial moment. With Kaminga coming back from injury and the possibility of adding Jakob Poeltl, the team has a unique opportunity to solidify itself as a true contender. But more important than any trade or return is team chemistry and roster fit. If Kerr can manage this situation well, the Warriors could become a complete team. Curry and Butler leading the offense, Draymond Green maintaining the defensive identity, Kaminga bringing energy, and Poeltl dominating the paint. This scenario would make Golden State an extremely tough team to beat, especially in a playoff series where every detail matters. Can this new lineup compete against the best teams in the league? The Western Conference is more competitive than ever, with teams like the Denver Nuggets, Minnesota Timberwolves, and Oklahoma City Thunder playing at a high level. To reach the top, the Warriors will need more than just talent. They'll need strategy, balance, and a sharp collective game. Speaking of balance, there's another factor to discuss: the impact of this potential trade on the team's rotation. If Moody and Hield leave, the Warriors could lose bench depth, which could make a difference over the course of the season. Kerr will need to find creative ways to maintain intensity without overloading his star players. But what do you think? Would this be the right move for the Warriors? Could Kaminga be the missing piece? Would Poeltl be the perfect addition to dominate the paint? Drop your opinion in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Warriors updates. And stay tuned. Over the next few hours, we'll bring you more news on the team's potential moves before the final stretch of the season. As a Warriors fan, I see this situation with a mix of excitement and caution. Jonathan Kaminga's return could be a game-changer, especially since he was playing the best basketball of his career before the injury. He brings energy, defensive versatility, and an aggressive offensive presence, all of which could perfectly complement the core of Curry, Butler, and Draymond Green. But the big question mark is, can Steve Kerr integrate him without disrupting the team's chemistry? After all, the Warriors are on an incredible run, and any change needs to be made carefully. As for the potential arrival of Jakob Poeltl, I love the idea of strengthening the frontcourt because we know that the lack of a dominant center has been a major issue for the Warriors in recent years. Poeltl would bring rim protection, physicality, and a reliable pick-and-roll partner for Curry, something that could make life easier against physical teams like the Nuggets and Timberwolves. What worries me is the cost. Losing Moses Moody could be a steep price. He still has a high ceiling and could develop within the Warriors system. On the other hand, if the goal is to compete now, trading for Poeltl makes a lot of sense. In the end, I believe that if Kaminga returns strong and Kerr finds a way to integrate him without hurting team chemistry, the Warriors already have the potential to make a deep playoff run. But if there's a chance to bring in Poeltl without giving up too much, I wouldn't hesitate. A solid frontcourt could be the missing piece for another championship run. What do you think? Should the Warriors push for this trade, or should they trust the current roster? Leave your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel for more updates.